Omega Power Ministry's philanthropic gesture and promised to ensure that the beneficiaries make prudent use of the empowerment. The beneficiaries expressed gratitude to God for using Omega Power Ministry to alleviate their hardships and prayed for continued blessings and protection over Apostle Chinyere.
Thank the Daddy. From this, what I learned, I will be able to do my work.
With what I've learned so far, so good, I believe I can take it to the market to make money for myself and also help those around me.
This initiative showcases Omega Power Ministry's commitment to supporting vulnerable communities and promoting self-sufficiency.
Wow, this is really emotional for me. You know, when you see people's life being impacted, you know, giving people I mean, how do I even put it? A reason to live. You know, the whole essence of humanity is, you know, to be relevant.
You can see the amount of starter gifts that were given to them. They run in hundreds, 400s. Like the makeup starter pack is about 150 and is original. You see the sewing machines that are there. We saw them in cartons, 400,000 naira each.
The event highlighted the importance of supporting the families of fallen heroes who sacrificed their lives to keep the nation safe. By providing these empowerment packages, OPM aims to make a positive impact on the lives of these widows and orphans, enabling them to become self-sufficient while also engaging them in the Word of God. Ogboka Umeda, Rstv News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed the compulsory implementation of health insurance across all ministries, departments and agencies in line with the National Health Insurance Authority Act 2022. According to a statement by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the president instructed the Secretary to the Government of the Federation to issue a service-wide circular mandating compliance. The directive covers 5 key areas, including compulsory enrollment of all MDA employees under the NHIA health insurance plan, and agencies may also adopt supplementary private insurance where necessary. The NHIA has been tasked to develop a digital platform for real-time verification of certificates to ensure transparency, while MDAs are to establish internal processes for authentication and monitoring of compliance. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, has restated the pivotal role of local government councils in driving development and ensuring governance reaches citizens at the grassroots. Speaking at a national retreat and workshop for local government chairmen across the country, the Speaker noted that effective implementation and enforcement of bylaws are essential for good governance at the community level. Represented by Honorable Pascal Agbodike, Tajuddin advised that the enforcement of these laws should be given serious attention, calling for improved mechanisms to ensure compliance and accountability at the local level. Minister of Special Duties and the National President of the Association of Local Governance of Nigeria, ALGON, Mr. Bello Lawal, called for stronger mechanisms for compliance and accountability in local government administration. Chairman of the House Committee on Public Accounts, Honorable Bamidele Salam, has announced that the 11th Annual Conference and General Assembly of the West African Association of Public Accounts Committees will provide a platform for African parliaments to enhance accountability and oversight practices through peer review and shared experiences. Speaking at a press briefing in Abuja, he said one of the key outcomes expected from the conference is that participating countries will learn from one another in areas such as parliamentary oversight, budgeting, and public financial management. Honorable Salam explained that the hosting also presents an opportunity to re-establish Nigeria's leadership role in regional parliamentary diplomacy after almost 2 decades of limited engagement with the committee. The federal government has declared Friday, 5 September as a public holiday to mark Eid al-Mawlud, the celebration of the birth of Prophet Muhammad. This was disclosed in a Wednesday statement by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Interior, Dr. Magdalena Jani, on behalf of the Ministry of Interior, Dr. Odubumi Tunjiojo. Ajani congratulated Muslims from across the country and in the diaspora on the occasion, urging them to emulate the Prophet's virtues of peace, love, humility, tolerance, and compassion. She also encouraged Nigerians of all faiths to use the celebration to pray for peace, security, and stability in the country while supporting government efforts to strengthen national unity and foster development. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task we must accomplish. Coming up on the news, Sudanese group calls for rescue efforts after mass casualty landslide. And in sports, Nigeria targets global spotlight with 2030 Commonwealth Games bid. Details are coming when you keep us company as we return after the break.
I need the police that can respond to emergencies first.
I want the equipment I need to do my job.
I want a police that won't harass or arrest me for no just reason.
I want to be valued for my work, not feared by honest people.
I want a police that won't ask me anything for the boys.
I want a decent salary that is paid on time.
If it happens with good laws,
Proper funding,
Training.
And cooperation.
if it happens,
If it happens.
If it happens.
Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. So, no need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish your kids. Milo 3-in-1 is such a smart choice. Milo, energy to go further.
From Nestle.
Power God is here. Dr. Jesus in action, God is here.
The Omega Power Ministries OPM Worldwide presents Dr. Jesus Night with Coconut. It is a night of divine healing. It is a night of God's visitation with divine favor. It is a night of instant miracles, signs, and wonders. It is a night of total transformation. It is a night where yokes will be broken, mantles will be released, and great destinies will be activated. Date, Friday, 5th September 2025. Time, 8 p.m. till dawn. Venue, OPM headquarters, Dr. Jesus City, Mbodo Alu, River State, Nigeria. Come with your coconut and receive what heaven has reserved for you.
OPM, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. So, no need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish your kids. Milo 3-in-1 is such a smart choice. Milo, energy to go further.
From Nestle.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Many thanks for coming again for more news. Nigeria's newly introduced secondary school curriculum will, for the first time, include modules on journalism, computer programming, artificial intelligence, robotics, and fact-checking. Senior Special Advisor to President Tinubu on social media, Dada Olusegun, disclosed this in excerpts from the yet-to-be-released curriculum document, which he shared on Tuesday. According to the document, journalism will now form part of the English language module at the senior secondary school level, while programming will cut across both junior and senior classes. Similarly, AI, robotics have been included as components of the newly created subject digital literacy in senior secondary schools. The reforms are designed to equip Nigerian students with skills relevant to a technology-driven world and to strengthen their capacity for critical thinking, creativity, and innovation. Education experts have described the curriculum overhaul as a step toward preparing Nigerian students for global competitiveness and the knowledge economy. Still talking education, the Kogi State government has banned graduation ceremonies in basic and senior secondary schools in the state. This decision was announced by the State Commissioner for Education, Wemi Jones, during a meeting with critical stakeholders in the education sector on Wednesday in Lokoja, the state capital. Jones stressed that the practice has become economically unaffordable, putting undue pressure on parents and attracting social ills associated with such celebrations. He emphasized that the ban is aimed at reducing the financial burden on parents and providing a more meaningful approach to celebrating students' achievements. The state government also introduced a new policy requiring parents to provide notebooks for their children to do classwork and assignments rather than using textbooks converted to workbooks, especially in private schools. The commissioner emphasized that the policy aims to make textbooks reusable by siblings of the same parents. The commissioner reiterated that the new policies would take immediate implementation across the state and reaffirmed the commitment of Governor Ahmed Udodo's administration to implement the Kogi State Education Law introduced in 2020. He urged stakeholders to support and cooperate with the ministry to ensure the full implementation of the new policies and the state education law. Now to foreign matters. From Sudan, we got the story that an armed group that controls part of the western part of the country has appealed for foreign help in recovering bodies and rescuing residents from torrential rain after it said at least 1,000 people were killed when a landslide buried a mountain village. The armed group, Sudan Liberation Movement, which has long controlled and governed an autonomous portion of Jebel Mara, appealed to the United Nations and international aid agencies to help collect the bodies of victims, including men, women, and children. A statement by the UN's resident coordinator put the death toll at between 300 and 1,000, citing local reports. Regional Response Manager for the Development Group Plan International, Ajimand Hussein, said the last 45 kilometers of the route to Tarsin were impassable for motor vehicles and could only
South Sudanese official claims 5 of their soldiers were killed in what he called a surprise attack. Both countries' militaries have agreed.
The Civil War, the Sudanese Army, and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. Now sports. Nigeria will face competition from India in the bid to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games after both nations submitted proposals before the 31st August deadline. Nigeria has put forward Abuja as its preferred city, while India's bid is centered on Ahmedabad. The confirmation was made by Commonwealth Sport President Donald Rukare, who revealed that the bids will only be assessed by an evaluation commission. Bid teams are expected to present their cases in London at the end of September. The Commonwealth Support Executive Board will then recommend an option to the General Assembly and its 74 member nations, who will vote in November in Glasgow, Scotland. If Nigeria's bid is successful, it will mark the first time an African nation has hosted the Commonwealth Games. Still in sports, football fans will pay the sum of 3,000 and 1,000 naira respectively to watch this Saturday's 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying match between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Amavubi of Rwanda at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Tickets for the VIP section will go for 3,000 and the popular seats will now sell for 1,000 naira at designated centers within the Uyo metropolis from Friday morning. NFF's Director of Marketing and Sponsorship, Alizo Chooks, said on Wednesday that it is important to let the general public know that the NFF Security Committee has declared total war on all ticket manipulators this time, as ticket fakers and racketeers will be dealt with. Ahead of Saturday's match, the Amavubi contingent landed at the Victor Atta International Airport, Uyo, at 5:28 p.m. on Tuesday. The delegation was led by the newly elected president of the Federation de Rwandais du Football Association, Fabrice Shema Aguga. The contingent was well received by a team from the local organizing committee and is lodging at the Ibom Hotel and Golf Resort in Uyo. They are scheduled to train at the practice pitch of the Nest of Champions by 4 p.m. Wednesday. Do you love and care about real estate and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task we must accomplish. Don't forget that Rstv is live on Facebook at RSTVCH22 online. YouTube is RSTV online, and click on the notification bell for live feed from the studios. And now to end the news, another look at some of the major reports. President Bola Tinubu has directed the mandatory implementation of the Health Insurance Act across ministries and agencies of the government. Nigeria's newly introduced secondary school curriculum would, for the first time, include modules on journalism, computer programming, artificial intelligence, robotics, and fact-checking. We had also told you that the Kogi State government has banned the graduation ceremonies in basic and secondary schools across the state, with effect from today. And that's it from the newsroom. Thanks for watching. Good night.